Miss me? I'm back. I'm here a little bit early because we're filming this series from a new location. No, it's not Hamburger Hill, it's London Docklands. Is that a vista or what? I just hope it'll make sense when it's all glued together. This is my new studio here, Limehouse, built in that sniff o' the future style where you can't tell a window from a door. And they got mirrors on the outside of the building here, which is good. Because if you jumped off that ledge, you could check your mascara on the way down. Anyway, it's in the East End, and I've only ever seen Cockney people in musicals. So I just want to mingle amongst them. I want to check if they're as chirpy as Dick Van Dyke was, so follow me, okay? Chim, chimney, chim, chimney, chim, chim, chimney. I'm here with Barbara Windsor. What other place to get gossip than the hairdressers? Babs, where'd you get the tomfoolery?
Well, when I see anything in the jewellers and I like it, I just go in, put a deposit on it, go back, tell the young man, and then go down and buy it.
That's how you squeeze in the bucks?
Yeah.
Everything works like that?
Well, nine times out of 10.
Yeah. Who runs the house? You?
Well, I ran the house.
Yeah.
And his wallet.
Yeah. So wait, Anna, is this the specialty of the house here?
No, this is a pet special.
Oh, what do you call it? Is this real?
It is real, yes. It is
Take it
real.
off every
How much lacquer do we pile on this?
Quite a lot, actually.
Yeah?
But Jack can't run his fingers through your hair, can he?
Thursday night he does.
Because she has it done Friday morning.
Oh,
so,
really? That's
yeah.
the only contact with. That's the only contact with hubby. You're the sort of gossip center here, then.
Well,
yes.
Not malicious.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
not malicious gossip.
What's a good piece of gossip?
Want to hear about the hurricane?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't get into work. None of the girls could get into work that day because all the trees were down everywhere. And the only one that could get in was the apprentice. So I phoned her up and I said to her, "It's no good, Sharon. You can't stay in the shop on your own. You can't do anything." I said, you know, put a note in the window just to tell people that we're shut today. She said, "All right." I said, "And then go home." So the following day, I've come into work, and as I've gone towards the door, there's a great big notice on the window, "Due to bad wind, Honor won't be in today."
Excuse me, are you a Cockney person?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it you do?
Just a bit of ducking and diving.
No.
That's it, a bit of ducking and diving, you know, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Yeah, I know, but I need more specific information. I'm trying to do an interview.
You're not from the DHSS
No,
or something,
but
are you?
just tell me what you do. So don't tell me what
I'm
you
just
do.
trying to earn money, you know, a bit of ducking and diving.
But what
or
do you do? What do you do for a living, please?
Well, I take money off of people.
Yeah, that's more like it. This is what I've been told Cockney people eat. Eels. I'm not kidding. Did you ever see Dick Van Dyke eat one? I don't think so. Come here, follow me. This is the Palace of Eels. Poor blimey, love a duck. It's so easy to sneak away. Excuse me. Are you eating eels?
Pie mash.
Pie mash. What did I tell you? So,
Hi, Mum.
how can you eat this bird?
Just stick it in your mouth and swallow it.
Oh, get out of here.
It's better than hamburger, isn't it?
Don't you ever take the name burger in vain. Wait a minute. Who is Dick Van Dyke?
He's a painter, wasn't
I know how to communicate. So let's hunt out those so-called eels, okay? Oh, look, the little pie's in embryo.
Vincenzo, vuoi mettere l'acqua, Vincenzo?
What do you do?
Facciamo le pizze e mettiamo l'acqua dentro.
No, this couldn't be right. Where are the eels? In the kitchen. Follow me. We are in the bowels of the kitchen. Nope, I see no eels before me. Come along. You can always tell so much about a place by its kitchen. Is this where the eels are? I'm with a stall person now.
Hello.
Hello. How's your apples and pears?
Well, this is a vegetable, darling. I don't sell apples and pears.
Right.
This is vegetables only. Oh,
How's your potatoes then?
Very nice. Would you like some?
No, I don't want any
Oh,
potatoes.
you sure?
Anyway, I was a huge success in the streets. This is where the Cockney people go after a hard day eating their eels and their cobblers. The pub. Hello. So you're having a good time. So you're having...
Soppy old git!
So do you come from these parts?
Let me go. Nobody else? No.
Cockney people. I clutch them to my breast. We're like this. Really, we are.
Now on 4, in a new series, Miss Ruby Wax.
Oh, my God. I'm next.
Oh! Oh!
That's out of order, isn't it? Here.
Well, this show's on a lot earlier than it was last time. I hope you've noticed. And I think I know who was responsible for my earlier slot. Thank you, Mr. Grade. You've been a real crutch. Whatever you want, it's yours, okay? Anyway, my last series was cranked out long after Queenie said her final goodnight. You know, just when they tell you to pull the plug out of the back of your television set, my show came on. I had a huge following from caffeine addicts. You know, the type so revved up they could chew off their own face? Yeah, they loved me. So what's the show about, Ruby? I can hear you think. I can hear others of you think, what was the last one about? Well, on tonight's show, we're going to meet a few people who suddenly, out of nowhere, became stars in the 80s. Meaning I never heard of them before and probably never will again. But that's what stars are all about. They flash brightly for one golden moment, and then they burn out to become big black holes. And speaking of black holes, Norman is still with us. Physically, anyway. God knows what cruise liner his brains are on. He's no longer floor manager. He's been promoted by the powers that be. Apparently, several fan letters wafted in saying they liked him, all written in the same handwriting, so I have my suspicions. Anyway, Norman is now going to have his own spot each week. I've put it in my contract. I don't have to listen to it, but you do. So welcome back. Food stay down. Normie. Norman.
Ruby.
How are you?
Fine.
I'm fine, too.
Pleased to hear it.
Well, that's just about sucked that river of conversation dry, okay? Norman, you remember the rules. You are never, never, never to step over this line, all right? Only if there's fire, earthquake, or war do you tread over this, and then only with my written permission. Okay, and now from a dead, dried-up, festering corpse to some real fresh meat, my first guest is Fiona Wright, fitness consultant to Sir Ralph Halprin. And you know, she really has hogged the publicity this year from people. I mean, especially people who have worked their finger to the bone with their own chat show. Anyway, I racked my brain to come up with some skill that Fiona could do, and I've come up with lasagna. So, Fiona, have you been making lasagna long?
I've been making it now for about 2 years.
2
Ruby.
years. Oh, and are there any special ingredients, Fiona?
Mainly lots of potatoes and onions.
Potatoes and onions. And is there anything else you like to do in the kitchen?
Well, I'd really like to do a chicken, but I wouldn't know which end to stuff it from.
Nobody likes to stuff a chicken, Fiona. You just blindfold yourself. You can't tell one orifice from another. Okay, so what should I do? What should I do here? Tell me what to do.
Well, if you could help me do the cheese, that would be great help.
Would it just grate it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now on a plate, Ruby.
Is it better to do it like this or like this?
No, up and down is best.
So, Fiona, tell me about Ralphie.
Well, first of all, we met during a photography session I was modelling underpants, and it went from there. I went out.
Well, that's
to
usually
dinner.
how you meet, and with your underpants. Right. And what about, you know, him being older than you? I mean, what did he used to do? I mean, to sort of compensate.
Well, most people think we used to probably do silly things, but we used to talk about speeches and things.
Speeches? Political speeches?
Political. We used to have political arguments as well.
Did you sort of help him with his political speeches?
Yeah, we used to rehearse them.
You did? Well, what did you contribute in?
Well, talking about Margaret Thatcher, I just used to help him out and give him...
This is something I never even thought of. Unbelievable. But just tell me something. Did you know he was married?
No, of course I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
So when you found out he was married, what happened?
I got quite angry. I think it was revenge at that time, at that moment.
It was revenge. Fiona, you are such a sucker. Why didn't you check this out?
Ruby, I was naive then.
You were naive then. And what are we today? Anyway, so listen, so what did you do exactly when you found out the man was married?
Well, I was really angry. I didn't do anything for a few months.
Right.
And then a newspaper approached me
And?
and wanted to know if I would speak about him. I thought, well, what's the point? Because he was quite nasty to me, so I wasn't going to stick up for him anyway.
Right. So did you sell the story, Fiona?
No, I didn't sell it, Ruby.
Well, you did sell it in my book, Fiona.
As most newspapers would say, I did not sell it.
Did you make any money out of selling the story?
Through interviews later on, but I didn't.
Be a lady, Fiona, on my show. How much did you make from selling the story, Fiona?
None of your business.
Oh, just
Ruby.
write it down here. Just put it down here. Just make it here to show me, number-wise.
Ruby, I'm not telling you.
All right, fine. Just come on my show and talk amongst yourselves. Anyway, Fiona, so what did he do? What did he do when he found out you told?
He got quite nasty, really.
He got nasty.
And after it came out in the newspapers from a few different people, I'm not sure who, I got quite a few death threats.
You got death threats? From somebody else?
From somebody else, yeah.
On the telephone? Let's just put this away, Fiona. Would you just say you had anything, you know, a sort of physical attribute that other women don't have? Would you say that, Fiona?
I'd say charisma.
You'd say you had personal charisma? Would you? And let's say I was in the market for cruising for a head of industry. Would you be able to show me how to do that?
Well, maybe if you got a bit more glamorized up, yeah.
More glamorous. Okay, I'd like to do a little controlled experiment here, please. Norman, I release you from your cage. Come here, please. So listen, Fiona. Meet Norman. Norman, Fiona, Norman.
Hello, Fiona.
Don't be afraid. This happened during birth. Okay, like, I just want you to imagine that Norman is a multi-million head of industry, okay? Say running for the hell of it, Burton's. All right, so he's in a bar, all right? So just show me the technique, all right? So is there something special you do? Do you wink at him? Do you model in your underpants? What do you do? Is there a special, what do you do?
I suppose if I really fancied somebody, I'd probably do a nice sexy walk and have a look at him.
Nothing. Now, it would be easier to arouse a diving board. Just try again. What would you do?
Well, I think first of all, you'd need a Burton suit on and probably, oh God, probably some of Ralph's balding solutions he used to use.
Oh, Ralphie was balding, huh? Same. So what would you say? I mean, would you say you liked Norman at all?
No.
You don't like it? Say if he had a personality, though.
Well, if he was quite nice and had a personality, maybe I'd get to know him.
Okay, but listen, just tell me something. This is girly, nobody's listening. If you did go to bed with Norman, like, how many times a night would you do it with him?
Well, I think, first of all, I'd start off about 30, 40 times and work down to 5
Well, I've
times.
had enough of this. I'm going to do some work in my caravan now.
I'm sorry, Fiona. No, that was actually cruel to do. I'm sorry, Fiona. Actually, we had Norman neutered last series, and because he did bumpies on my legs, so I'm sorry. Oh! Look at this. Look at this. Fiona's lasagna is done. Whatever you can say about this gal, she knows how to make a pasta. And after the commercial break, we have Emma Thompson, starlet, and another face of the 80s. I'm going to be getting out the old scalpel to see how she swung that. Here, Fiona, eat this.
Inside this small box are two of the biggest developments in washing technology. The aerialette, filled with aerial liquid.
When you tumble dry, are you using the right fabric softener?
I use a liquid softener in the washing machine.
I use bounce in the dryer.
My things are soft.
Mine are too.
My liquid, she reduces static cling.
Ah, but with bounce,
It's better. Oui.
and fragrance, the liquid's fragrance evaporate in the dryer, but the bounce fragrance builds up.
In the dryer. So, when I tumble dry,
Oui.
I should use bounce.
Mais oui.
Isn't it time you tumbled to bounce?
There's only one way to find out about the superb deals on the Citroen BX and the Citroen AX. Come and find out for yourself. Now, at your local Citroen dealer.
This is a journey into our price. And now, Jack Mix 88 at our price. Everybody get up. The very best of Mirage. Jack Mix 88, the new incredible Supermix album that just doesn't stop. Keep the music going and get into the album, cassette or CD now at our price.
There's no fruit yogurt lower in calories than Diet Ski.
The weekend's just begun. I've waited for this moment.
The night is gonna be just right. Everything's feeling M&M's. That M&M's feeling. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth.
Not in your hand.
Pure milk chocolate joy.
New M&M's, pure milk chocolate or pure milk chocolate with peanuts. All covered in a crisp, colourful shell. So the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
M&M's. Capture that M&M's feeling.
New M&M's, the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
You've only got till Sunday to get in on the Pontins Triple Bonus Holiday Offer. Phone 0772 622 622 or see your travel agent for details.
Why soak your dentures when Denture Cream toothpaste gets them just as clean and minty fresh too? It even works out cheaper than soaking. So,
Brush fresh, brush clean. All you need is Denture Cream.
I have to make you once more. You gotta go to the big time boy. You gotta go to the big time boy. You gotta go to the big time boy.
Where is she?
She's not here.
What do you mean she's not here? What do you mean she's not here? What am I supposed to sit here and talk to air? Where is she?
She's not coming.
She's not coming. Her Heine, who most of us have never heard of, Emma whatever, she's not coming. Well, I'm going to go and scoop her up from whatever rock she's hiding under. The only consolation is the bigger they come, the harder they fall. Okay, Norman, bore them. Taxi!
Not a floor manager anymore. Yeah. Gonna climb bigger mountains than that. I've reached a peak in floor management. Couldn't go any higher in it. Now I've got to climb other mountains. I expect you're asking why I'm in that caravan. I mean, it's got to have a lot of work done to it yet. You know, it's coming along. It'll improve each week as I get more things for it. But I was driven out by fame from the last series, you see. People kept coming up and saying, can we touch you, Norm? And I was saying, all right, we'll be quick about it, you know. Can we have some hair? I said, I'll wait till I get my hair cut and I'll send you a little bit, perhaps, you know. Leave your address and some money. And then it got so bad, the final crunch came when one day outside the door of my flat, there were 6 television producers fighting each other, physically attacking each other, saying I was first, you know, I want to book him for a series, you know. fighting. I had to call the police. I called the police. The police put them all in jail, which harmed my chances of getting a series. So I got the caravan off my brother-in-law, and I'm in here now while I'm waiting for my house to be built with the moat round it and the electric fence. Like Shakin' Stevens and Des O'Connor has, you know, those sort of people. I'll probably have a shark in the moat. Don't know yet, not sure. Or I might just get a fish and put a fin on it. Got a big fin with shark written on it. I don't know. But what I want to do, I want to get more into the acting. Other sides, I want to direct, I want to produce, do films, make programs and things. The acting's always been in there, always been there. Like John Hurt, that, you know, with that thing, the alien come out of his stomach. It's not as messy as that, but it's there. Who are you looking at? Do you see that? How convincing that was? So if I was doing some tough guy acting in front of the mirror the other day, and I was so convincing, I ran away and hid. I still find it hard, you know, to be weaned off floor management. I still cue myself at home sometimes, or coming out of there, I cue myself to come out. Anyway, I'm going to make a cup of tea now, so cue applause. Well, there I go again.
Probably watching my show. Embarrassed by now, she's Mr. Q. Emma! Emma! Neil, come here. I'm not going to let her ruin my show. I bet she's in there hiding. Emma! Emma! Give me a card. Give me a credit card. I've seen this on hand from Uncle. Come on, give me a card. Library. I got it. I got it. Neil? Neil? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for telling me that. Shh, be quiet. Come here. Come here. Shh, 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 shh. Emma's into voodoo. Here. Oh, I'm sorry. Look what a slop she is. Please. What year did this last see a piece of soap? This probably helped Emma's booming career. Shh, be quiet. She's asleep. Shh, be quiet. This has to be handled really delicately. Okay, Emma, don't panic. Don't panic, whatever you do, okay? I don't want you to have a stroke. If she has a stroke, she'll sue us. Emma, just calm down, all right? You are not on my set, okay? I'm saving you a lot of embarrassment. Shh, don't say anything. Don't say anything, okay? Just sit up. Just have a short interview. Just sit up. Sit up. Here. Emma, just a few words. Come on, just a few words. Come on, pull yourself together. No, just... Emma, you said you'd do my show. You said you'd do my show. Nobody showed up, okay?
Wait a minute. How did you get in?
No, I'll clean up the mess, okay? No, I'm just telling you. You told me you'd come on my show.
Remy, this was at a party. It was
No,
at a
I
party.
know it was a party. But just a minute. It was at a party, but I was an offer for me. It was an offer.
Listen, no, you didn't get hold of my agent.
No, but I asked you myself, but you were completely sussed. Okay, just sit up, okay? Just, Emma, come on, lighten up. Look, it's just a couple pals. Look, it's the cameraman, the sound guy, he's smiling. And then there's a few people watching it at home.
How many?
50 million people
I'll
watching.
do it.
Okay. Interview. Emma, you look okay. Here, Emma, just the cheeks.
Wait a minute.
Just fix the cheeks. No, I'm just brightening you up. No, wait, just hold on a second. Hold on a second. Got a little spits in your eye.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. No, that's that. Just some more gold.
Ready?
Yeah, all right. All right, so you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so the interview.
Wait a minute.
So, Emma, you're a face of the 80s, and I'm not. So, you know, how did you get to that position? Because I never heard of you before. What? Just, you know, how did you get where you are?
Oh, I see. Sorry. Well, I joined the Footlights when I was at Cambridge, and I was at Cambridge from about 1979 to 1982, and we toured England and Australia with them, which was really nice. And then I went and did a program called Al Fresco with...
That wasn't very good, was it?
With It wasn't very good.
Just jump ahead to
it wasn't-
when
it wasn't
your
fantastic,
career
well
became
received,
interesting.
But however, we enjoyed it very much, and do you want some of this?
No, Emma, but let's just, because that's sort of boring, you know, the facts. Would you think, do
Right.
people think of you as a boring person? Or ever? Or do you think of yourself as a boring person?
It's a very interesting question. I mean, well, I think most people think of themselves as being a bit boring from time to time, but generally speaking, I think that it's other people that make you feel that way, you know.
It's other people's fault.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, most of the time. Are you sure I look all right?
You look fine. No, you just need to rub it in. Just a little bit. Okay. She looks fine.
I
doesn't
look
she?
like Hiawatha.
No, you're fine. But when you're out with people, what attracts you to somebody else? What makes you suddenly go, ooh, there's somebody interesting?
Do you know, I can't remember. I haven't done that for such a long time. I was thinking the other day as well. I don't go to parties anymore. I don't sort of go out and, you know, thank you. I don't sort of do all the socialising that you do from the ages of about 16 to
So
23
are you sort of
or something.
are you
know,
do
I
live on
tend
your
to
own?
kind of live indoors and go and watch the television now and live a kind of very quiet life, which is very peculiar, isn't it? Because I'm not that old yet.
Yeah. What's fame gonna do?
I don't really know
Are you
what
not
fame
interested?
is. I don't really know what fame is. I think it's probably publicity, and publicity is nothing. It's just wind. I don't know, though, you see, because it was very peculiar what happened to me after Fortunes, because we had a lot of publicity, and there were quite a lot of interviews, and I suddenly discovered this psychosis building up inside me. Like, every time I bought an Evening Standard or I picked up a newspaper, I flicked through it to see if there was anything about, you know, me or anyone I knew in it, you know. And I thought to myself, this is not good. This is getting very dangerous.
So if you were suddenly cut dead, what's gonna happen?
What do you mean?
I mean the career, nobody pays attention to you. Because it's been...
Oh, what you mean if I go
such a
down the
sudden
drain?
rise. Yeah.
No. Well,
I don't want you to get depressed, but it can happen. Because it was such a sudden rise. You could be such a sudden fall.
It could be a sudden fall.
Don't think
I mean,
about
I could be like nothing, you know, tomorrow.
You could. Well, the chances are...
The chances are pretty
50-50.
high, really.
Yeah. Well.
And this will be on.
Well, this will only help.
Well, maybe.
But what would you do? What else would you do? Or are you an actrine in your blood?
What do you mean if I didn't do acting?
Yeah.
Or comedy?
Yeah. Because I forget you do comedy sometimes.
What would I do? I'd write, probably.
Yeah.
You know, you don't mind me telling my own.
No, not at all. No, it's your career. But, so any other news in your life? Anything going on that could possibly rivet me for another 2 minutes?
I'm doing a series at the moment, which is why I have to go to bed so early.
Right.
And I have to get up in the morning and night dance. It's really great because we're doing all this like sort of old 30s musical stuff, you know. We're doing a Dave Brubeck Unsquare Dance, which is really terrific.
That
and it's
sounds
one of
fabulous.
those wonderful
But we have
old
to go.
jazz tunes, and it goes ba ba ba.
Right. No, Emma.
And we're
Emma.
also doing we're also doing a 1932 number called Why Waste Your Tears, right?
Yeah.
And it's
You know
great.
how
It
when
was
you
on
just can't get a
Gertrude
smile
Lawrence.
on
You
your
know
face?
Gertrude Lawrence, and she sings really high. And it goes, why waste your tears on a man who for years has...
Emma, we have to go.
Stay, look,
Next
stay.
year there
Why
might be
don't you
any...
stay? You
no,
stay.
No, Neil,
Stay.
just come on, let's go out of the
Neil,
room now.
stay.
Emma, it's time to go to bed.
Listen, no, let me
No,
just
no,
show you. Let
no,
me just show
Emma,
you.
go to bed.
I'll show
You have a
I'll
rehearsal
show you
tomorrow.
one of the dance things
You
that
have
we're
a-
doing. Because look, it's a sort of jazz number, right? Okay?
Right.
It's kind of like jazz ballet, right? Okay, so you go step, ball chain, home, chain, ba ba, yeah, whoopa, whoopa, and then you come in.
Emma, Betty. No, it's really time to go to bed now. And I really hope you make it to be a face of the 90s. All right? So I'm leaving you now. Good night, Emma.
Don't go.
I see the way that you behave with people all around. But no, believe it. Stop believing in me. Stop believing. Stop believing in me. Everybody's looking to be rich. Grab a hand, grab a hand, grab a hand. I thought about you to be. Grab a hand, grab a hand, grab a hand. If we hold on to each other, we can face whatever comes. And there'll be no more alibis, no more. We gotta find a better way. Stop believing. Stop believing in people. Stop believing. Stop believing in me. Why don't you believe? Now let me your spot. Believe it. When you're lost and out to in the dark. Grab a hand, grab a hand, grab a hand. Grab a hand, yeah. Grab a hand, grab a hand, grab a hand. And walk with me. Trust in every step you take. When you walk with me. Build it we're gonna make. Well, I'm coming. If we tune into each other, we can face whatever comes. And there'll be no more alibis, no more. We gotta find a better way. Say no more breaking grace, no more. We gotta find a better way. Say no more alibis, no more. We gotta find a better way, better way. Stop believing. Stop believing in people. Stop believing. Stop believing in me. Grab a hand, yeah. Stop believing in me. Why can't we? Yeah, why stop believing in people? Stop.
Thanks for covering for me, boys. Here's a $5. Spread it amongst yourselves. Lenny, 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 Henry. Finally a face, and I know whose it is. Have you got everything you want?
Well, this is all the things that were stipulated in
Yes,
my contract.
Yes, in the contract. The Smarties with the orange ones taken out.
That's right, yes.
The comic books in case the conversation dries.
Which is going to be often.
And 200 pounds of unused £1 notes like we wanted for you, Lenny. So, Lenny, tell me about anything.
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 Did you see the Tyson fight?
No, I don't know about
Larry
that.
Holmes just wobbled into the ring, didn't he? He just kind of, his belly was just like wobbling, and Tyson was like a walnut with legs.
I like when you talk dirty.
Thank you very much.
Lenny.
I wouldn't go into the ring with Tyson unless I had a tank, would you? He's so frightening. He beats himself up, you know. Yeah, you go, oh, he's beating himself up! Of course, Frank says, I can take him, Harry, you know what I mean? Frank's mad! Anyway, I went to Ethiopia. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
And it was completely different to what I thought it was going to be like. It was green. It was very green. And somebody told me over there from Save the Children that Ethiopia could feed the whole of Africa if they had the proper facilities, but they don't have the cash, which is why we're doing Comic Relief.
You're helping, yes.
And I met all these people. I met loads of orphans. I wanted to bring them all back. Baby, look what I brought home. Kadanga. I wonder why they sent me, actually, because I am the bloke who says, hello, Ziggy, this way.
I knew you'd do that
I
on
thought
my
there were going to be a
show.
lot of Ethiopian dudes with shotguns waiting at the airport saying, yeah, asshole, try and say it now. It was just a joke. But I found them to be incredibly resilient and very strong people and very strong-willed. They just have this bloody famine to deal with all the time, you know. And so I went all over the place, met all these people, and I helped the guys load. You know those sacks of grain? They're heavy.
You carried?
Seriously
You
heavy,
carried?
you know what I mean, Ruby? It's like the guys, they get into a ahoo, hoo, ahoo, hoo, and they go, boom, and they move one, and then they move another one, then they load another one into the truck, ahoo, hoo, and then they passed it to me, and I went, ah! It was really heavy, but it was brilliant to watch them, and when you go to see where the Comic Relief put all this money into a vehicle maintenance place.
Right.
And there's all these people rushing around and carrying things and fixing trucks, and you really feel like the money's being used, you know, to do something good. And so everybody's got their red nose.
Really?
These were not made for Negro noses, by the way.
And
Little Caucasian
what's
noses.
this comic relief thing?
Well, Comic Relief is February the 5th, and everybody's going to be wearing a red nose on the day. And in the evening, every single funny person in the universe is going to be involved doing comedy and sketches. There's going to be archive comedy, and everybody who's funny in Britain is going to be involved. It's going to be a great evening entertainment. It's going to be great. And everybody's organising their own, like, little activities. There's 35,000 at the last count events to raise money for Comic Relief.
Are there women there?
Loads of women. Every funny person in Britain is involved in Comic Relief.
Are there women then?
Yeah, lots of every funny person, as I said, Ruby.
Yeah. Are there Americans there then?
Well, there aren't any funny American women, really. But basically, not in England at the moment.
Is that February 5th?
Yeah.
Well, I'm completely booked on that day.
Well,
that's just amazing.
Look at her
So
diary. You
Lenny,
get smell blindness.
Lenny, you were in New York, and you know how I know that?
How'd you know I was in New York?
Because you told me to ask you that question.
Yes.
So
This isn't rehearsed at all,
no,
folks.
not at all. So what about New York? Now, you want to tell me, tell me.
New York was great, you know, because people don't know who I am over there. It's brilliant, you know, because like in England, I go into a shop, you know, and they say, oh, hello, Lenny, all right, you want some chips? Oh, go on, lad, give us a joke. Yeah, bloody hell, very Henry, it's really funny. In New York, it's, check the guy in the raincoat. You know, they don't know
No one
who I am over
knows who
there.
you are.
But I did stand-up comedy over there at this place called Catch a Rising Star.
Were you any good?
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think you'd make it as a comic in America?
I don't know, Ruby, do you think you could?
Okay, Len, listen, okay, let's just...
Any excuse.
Get
Leave my crotch alone.
something very important
Get
here.
off me. Pubic money.
Okay, Len, listen. Let's just delve. I just want to delve into those inner bowels, okay? Just what every organ is
I hope
up
you've
to.
got gloves on.
Len, just tell me. Just give me a scoop here. Just tell me something really personal.
Ruby, I've been on so many chat shows recently. I'm just bored talking about myself. Really bored.
Okay, then let's talk about me. Okay, fellas, get out those old home movies. Okay, roll the tapes now. You'll love this, Lenny. You'll love this. I was born a beautiful baby girl not many years ago. Even as a tiny infant, I mastered the Tibetan dance. It was only my teeth that held me back from becoming a child star. Here you can see, Lenny, that the dance was truly in my blood and a keen sense of rhythm.
This is so
You
bad.
can see that I would go on to greatness and the other girl become a total nobody. This is me on the boards for the first time, Lenny. I was compared to the late Lillian Gish.
Ruby.
Here you can see
Ruby.
that I have what?
Ruby,
What?
this is so stupid. You're humiliating yourself in front of hundreds, nay, 50 people at least watching this show. You're soiling your underwear, you're ruining your career. It's horrible. I don't want to hear it. Ruby, I'll cover for you. Don't worry about it. It's rubbish.
I was a beautiful
You see,
child.
ladies and gentlemen, there's something that everybody in this business wants. They want some kind of show. They don't want somebody pouncing around the East End trying to pretend they can do a Cockney accent. They want real show business. They want exuberance. They want sexiness. They want the jive. Fellas, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. They want some music. Yeah. She gets too hungry for dinner made. She loves the theater and plays. She won't dish that something hey. That's why the lady is in trap. Solo fellas. That's why the lady. That's why the lady. That's why the lady is a T-R-U-M-P. Trump. Hit it, fellas.
Good night, Fiona.
Good night, Norman.
Next on Channel 4, you can get an eyeful of sumo wrestling.